Hello my dear 6th standard children, hope you all fine at home. Stay home, stay safe. I'm happy to welcome you to this video session of Unit 6 Health and Hygiene. It is a more useful topic at the present stage. So view this video and utilize it. Let's go for the video session.
Hello children, now we are going to see the lesson Health and Hygiene. Health. Good health is a key to happiness, isn't it? And hygiene is the foundation of healthy living. In this lesson, we are going to see about different components of food, the importance of nutrition present in our food, to enrich the knowledge about balanced diet, to list out the deficiency disease, and to take care of our personal hygiene, to differentiate the disease caused by bacteria and virus. Introduction. The first we are going to see health. It refers to the state of complete emotional and physical well-being. Health care exists to help people maintain the optimal state of health. WHO. It is a World Health Organization. The state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not merely in the absence of diseases. So, health is a dynamic condition resulting from a body's constant adjustment and adaptation. Hygiene. Hygiene is a science of the establishment and maintenance of the health conditions or practices. So, what are the hygiene tips daily we are doing? Brushing your teeth regularly is very important, and hygiene is the practice of keeping yourself and surrounding clean, especially to prevent the illness or spread of diseases. Components of food. Chemical constitution of food which gives us energy, isn't it? So it will build our body and as well as it also protect from the diseases. So that is called as a nutrients. In this nutrients we will have a 6 subdivisions. What are the nutrients are there? Carbohydrate, fats, minerals, proteins, vitamins and water. In each subdivision we are going to see what are the items or the things, whereas vegetables or fruits, chocolates or millets, pulses, rices, which category it is be filled up. Now we are going to see. The first component is carbohydrate. What is mean by carbohydrate? Carbohydrates are energy giving component of the food. There are the 3 form of the component. 1. Sugar, 2. Starch and 3. Dietary fiber. In sugar, what are the source for the sugar? Fruit, honey, sugar cane and sugar beet. Second one is starch. Source of the starches: rice, wheat, maize, potato, etc. And third one is fiber. Whole grains, nut, etc. are the fibers. We can obtain the carbohydrate in the form of sugar, starch and fibers. Before going to the second component, fat, you will have an activity. How to test the presence of carbohydrate or starch in the given item. So, you are going to take a boiled potato, a dropper and dilute iodine solution. Okay, smash the boiled potato and add 2 or 3 drops of dilute iodine solution. What will happen? The potato turns blue or black in color. What indicates a potato is changing into blue or black in color? The iodine reacts with the starch to form a starch iodine complex, so which is blue black in color. The appearance of a blue black confirms its presence of starch in the food item. So this is one small activity. With the help of the laboratory only we can able to do this activity. Okay. Fat. Fat is also an energy giving food and it provides more energy when compared to the carbohydrates. Some important source of fats are from, we know very well, ghee, butter, milk, cheese, paneer, nut, meat, fish, egg, yolk, and etc. Apart from giving energy, they insulate our body and protect the cell. Now we are going to see the test the presence of fat in the given food item. You can take a coconut oil, groundnut oil, and any paper. So now we are taking the food, fat item food we are taking as a groundnut, okay. So pour a few drops of oil onto the paper and just simply rub in the fingers. With the help of your fingers, you can just rub it, okay. In case of you are taking a groundnut, I told you we are taking a groundnut, we can take any other fat items, okay. Crush the groundnut and place it on the paper. Now rub the groundnut on the paper. What will you can able to see? The paper turns translucent and become greasy. What do you learn from this? We can learn the food sample contains fat. The third component is protein, body building food. It is also called as a body building food, protein. Proteins are the necessary for our growth and repair, as well as not regulating the various body functions such as digestion. Source of proteins are in pulses, egg, fish, milk, chicken, soya bean, nut, gram, etc. So I already told you proteins are body building food. So we will have another activity to test the presence of protein in a given food item. So you can take white egg, copper sulfate solution, sodium hydroxide, test tube, Bunsen flamer. Take a small amount of food sample, that is egg white, and put into the test tube. Add some water to the test tube and shake it. Next, heat the test tube for about 1 minute. After the test tube has cooled down, the 2 drops of each copper sulfate solution and sodium hydroxide should be added to that solution. What you can able to see? The food sample turns purple or violet. If it turns purple or violet, it means the given food sample turns purple or violet. It means, yes, presence of protein. The next component we are going to see is vitamins. Vitamins are required for carrying a various biological reactions. So vitamins, so when you are very weak, the doctor used to prescribe to eat vitamins, isn't it? So vitamin tablets, vitamin syrups and all he used to tell us. But in nature, we will have a lots of chosen vitamins in vegetables, fruits, grain and meat products. Vegetable is a protective food. So there are many varieties of vitamins are there. So you will have A vitamin, B, C, D, E and K. So vitamin B and vitamin C are water soluble and vitamin A, D, E and K are fat soluble. In this we are going to see types of vitamin, what are the food abundantly in that vitamin and the disease we get deficiency and the symptom of the disease. First is vitamin A. Vitamin A, the function healthy the vision and the skin. So deficiency disease is night blindness. The food which is in the vitamin A is fish oil, egg, milk, cheese, carrot, corn, yellow fruits and greens. Now vitamin B. It's a healthy nervous system formation of RBC. So deficiency disease is beriberi. The food abundantly in vitamin B is whole grain, unpolished rice, milk, fish, meat, pears, lentils and green vegetables. Third one is vitamin C. Protects gum, help immunity system. Scurvy, the deficiency disease is scurvy. The food is found in the vitamin C's is oranges, gooseberry, green chili and tomato. Vitamin D. Calcium absorption and strong bones. Deficiency diseases rickets. The food abundantly in fish oil, milk, egg. It is also made in our skin using sunlight. Next one is vitamin E. Infertility. The deficiency diseases nervous weakness, sterility. The food abundantly found in vegetable oil, green vegetables, whole wheat, mango, apple and greens. The last vitamin is vitamin K. Delayed blood clotting, weakness of bone, teeth, etc. The food is found in vitamin K is green vegetables, tomato, cabbage, eggs, milk products. These are the vitamins and food found in vitamins, deficiency of diseases and symptoms also we discussed. So, sunscreen lotion. Did you hear what is mean by sunscreen lotion? Yes, before we are getting out of home, we used to put a sunscreen in our face and in your hand or legs, something like that. So, whole body also some will be applying the sunscreen lotion. So, sunscreen lotion reduces your skin ability to produce vitamin D. It's up to 95%. So, which leads the vitamin D deficiency. So, avoid the sunscreen lotion which reduces skin's ability to produce the vitamin D. So, no need to apply the sunscreen lotion. So, you can make a healthier food in your home. In this lockdown, you can make the healthier food. Isn't it? I will be telling you an activity. Please do it in your home. Okay. A small cup of green gram seeds, water and thin cloth. How to do, you know? Yes, I am going to say how you have to do. Soak the green gram seed in overnight. Take out the seed and strain the water. The next day you should take out the seed, okay? Wrap the seed in the wet thin cloth like cotton cloth, okay? Keep it for a day or 2 days. You can keep it or a 1 day or a 2 days. Sprinkle some water whenever it is dry. You can able to see now it is a rainy season. You need not sprinkle oftenly. So when it is in a summer season, you should sprinkle water when it's dry, okay? What you can see, the light white sprout coming out of the seed, isn't it? Yes, the green gram sprout is low calories, have high fiber and vitamin B. It has comparatively high amount of vitamin C and K. So children, do it in your home, eat healthy food and stay healthy. The next category component is minerals. Minerals are required for growth as well as regulation of a normal body function. Green leaf vegetables like Spanish, pulses, egg, milk, fish and fruits are important source of mineral in our diet. So, minerals we will call it as our protective food. So, minerals and its function. Calcium, phosphorus, iodine, iron. Calcium, it will make our strong bone and clotting the blood. Phosphorus, which makes our bones strong and as well as teeth also. Iodine, synthesis the thyroid hormone. Iron, formation of hemoglobin and the brain development. 80% of world production of moringa leaves in India The major countries which import moringa leaves are China, US, Germany, Canada, South Korea and European countries. In moringa leaves which are rich in vitamin A, C, potassium, calcium, iron and protein. So it contains a powerful antioxidant also. So the nutrient source function. So nutrients is carbohydrate, fat, protein, vitamin and minerals. So these are the components we are seeing, isn't it? So now we are going to see water. Water. Our body needs an adequate supply of water in order to maintain the good health. So, human beings should take minimum 8 tumblers, that is 2 liters of water every day. Children consume more water. In this, we are going to see about the health and nutrients. Health. It's a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being, not merely absence of disease. Eating healthy diet keeps you physically and mentally fit. When you are physically healthy, you feel confident, more outgoing and having a greater capacity for enjoying life. So, eat a healthy food like more rich in carbohydrates, rich in vitamins and rich in proteins and rich in minerals and less amount of fat. Unhealthy food. Now we are eating baked items, packet items and preservative items, isn't it? These are mentioned as a unhealthy food. What is the causes of unhealthy food if you intake more unhealthy food? It's lead to obesity and illness, preventing you from socializing with friends and family. So always choose your diet very carefully with your healthy food. Balanced diet. What is meant by balanced diet? The diet should contain an equal amount of all necessary nutrients to acquire the healthy growth and activity. It should increase the capacity to do work, good physical and mental health, increase the capacity to resist disease, health in a proper growth of the body. Balanced diet contains a sufficient amount of various nutrients to ensure good health. So, food should be provide a appropriate amount of energy and adequate amount of water. So, why we should have a need a balanced diet? So, prepare a diet chart of balanced diet to 12 years old child. I think you are 12 years old, isn't it? So, prepare your balanced diet. You should put a chart. So, whether it is based on carbohydrate or mineral or fat or vitamin, like that, you should conserve more carbohydrate, vitamin, minerals and protein. You should consume only a less amount of fat. This is the balanced diet. Now we are going to see about what is mean by malnutrition. What is mean by malnutrition? When your diet is unbalanced, it will be termed as a malnutrition. The word malnutrition refers a condition that result the person does not take a balanced diet. So it will lead to a deficiency diseases. Those children are in these conditions are called as a malnutrition. Malnutrition occurs when all the nutrition that a body needs not obtained in the proper proportion from the diet. So, we should not say this item or this food I won't eat, this food I don't like. Don't do this. Eat whatever the vegetable your mom is cooking and giving to you. Just eat vegetable, milk, sugar content and spicy and greens, leaves, all types of fruits. You should eat all the varieties. So, when you eat all the varieties only, you have a balanced diet and you will have all components in your body. If you refuse anything, for example, if you're refusing not to eat any fruit at all, the vitamins in your body and minerals in your body will be less. It will cause any deficiency diseases. Due to the malnutrition, now we are going to see the protein deficiency disease, mineral deficiency disease. India has the second highest number of obese children in the world after China. According to the study, it's found 14.4 million children in our country have excess weight. Why we are obtaining excess weight? We are not consuming the balanced diet correctly. So, if you are not consuming the protein correctly, you will have to face a protein deficiency disease. The protein deficiency disease as Kwashiorkor and Marasmus. Kwashiorkor is a stunted growth, swelling of face and limbs and diarrhea. Marasmus is a skinny appearances, slow body growth. The next one is mineral deficiency disease. If a calcium deficiency means you will get a rickets. Phosphorus deficiency, you will get a osteomelita disease. Iron, goitre in adult and criticism in child. Iron, anemia. Now you can able to see the deficiency of iron and iron. So if iron is goitre in adult, so this is the disease. I gave you the picture also. You can view this picture. So anemia is a deficiency of iron. And the next important topic is physical exercise and personal cleanliness. Physical activity. You can do play games, exercise, dance, active living, yoga. So what will make a physical exercise? It enhances and maintains the physical fitness and overall health and wellness. It also includes an increase in growth of development, strengthening muscle and cardiovascular system. And it's also developing the athletic skills, weight loss or maintenance and enjoyment. Physical exercise may help to decrease some of the effects of childhood and adult obesity. Deep sleep. How many of you going to the bed very early? No, all are watching a TV, isn't it? No, you should go to the bed as early as possible. Why? Yeah, deep sleep seems to one of the most critical time for the body repair. So, proper diet and a proper sleep which stays as you as very healthy. Rest. Proper amount of rest is also very essential. You should not take rest throughout the day. Okay. Physical and mental health is very important. Rest is important as nutrition and physical activity for growth and development and good health. Early to bed and early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy and wise. This word is written by Benjamin Franklin. What is the word? Early to the bed, early to the rise. Personal hygiene. It involves those practices performed by the individual taking care of our own body health. It includes such personal habits like frequent to bath, wash your hands, trim fingernails and change clothing. It also includes attention to keep surface in home and workplace, including bathroom facility clean and pathogen free. Now we are going to see the component of hygiene. Eye hygiene. It will recommend frequently and cleaning daily every morning whenever the face is dirty. Hair hygiene. Weekly twice, preferably once every day, you should wash your hair. Body hygiene. So, once or twice a day, you should bath. Oral hygiene. Brushing twice a day. early morning and before going to the bed. Rinsing after each meal. Wash your mouth after your meal. Feet hygienic every day when you are going inside into your home after playing or after closing the school, when you are going to the home, please wash your feet. So you should do this regularly. Hand hygiene. Every time after touching contaminated faces, every time before eating and touching the clean surface, please wash your hand. Due to this corona time, they used to say us wash your hand very frequently. At least 20 seconds you should wash your hand. Cloth hygiene once or twice a day. In summer times, you should definitely change your clothes twice a day. Otherwise, it is a rainy season. You can change once a day. This is your personal hygiene. Should be followed by all the children. So, and you have one more activity. It's like a story. One day, Rahim, a class of 6, vomited 3 times. He was looking tired and dehydrated. His mother, who was a nurse, prepared a solution and gave it to him a drink. He felt better after some time, and his mother asked, "What solution was this?" His mother said, "Oral rehydration solution, that is ORS." You know very well, it is available in our medical shop, ORS. What does mean by ORS? If you are getting vomiting or loose motion, result in a loss of water in your body, which causes a salt imbalance in your body. Loss of water means dehydration. It leads serious problem. So, it will prevent to consume a ORS in a short interval. You can make ORS in your home also. Take a liter of boiled water, cool it. Add half a teaspoon of salt and 6 teaspoons of sugar to it. You can also add a few drops of lemon juice to it. Stir it, give it to the person who is suffering from vomiting or loose motion or dehydration. Introduction of microbes. If you neglect what are the above things I told you, the personal hygiene, if you neglect all these, you will fall very sick. Some of the disease or a condition caused by microorganism due to the negligence of personal hygiene. One is diarrhea, tooth decay, athlete foot and dandruff. Do you can able to see the microorganism with your naked eyes? No, we are not able to see. We can see only with the help of microscope. It is a microorganism, so we can see only with the help of microscope. We will have a microorganism in a 4 categories: bacteria, virus, protozoa, fungi. In this lesson, we are going to see about the bacteria and fungi, virus and protozoa. The first category is bacteria. Bacteria are very small prokaryotic microorganism. It does not have any nucleus and do not usually have membrane bounded organelles also. So, bacteria can exist independent organism. They invade tissues and produce pus or harmful waste. So, I am going to say about some of the bacterial disease and how it is transmission from one place to another. Bacterial disease cholera, it is contaminated by water. Pneumonia, inhalation of airborne droplets from the sneeze or cough. Tetanus, it contamination of wounds with the bacteria. Tuberculosis, inhalation of airborne droplets from a sneeze or cough. Typhoid, contaminated food or water. The disease is a definite pathogenic process having a characteristic set of signs and symptoms. It's called as a disease. Disorder is Disorder is the derangement or a abnormality of the function. The next one is virus. Virus is a cellular agent that replicate only inside the cell of living organism. Virus can affect all types of life forms, for example plant, animal and as well as microorganism. They infect living normal cells and use a cell machinery to multiply. They can kill, damage or change the cell and make you sick. Here come some of the disease caused by viruses: common cold, influenza, hepatitis, polio, smallpox, chickenpox, measles. Microbes helps to study the structure of microorganism. Our video session gets over. Thank you children watching our video. So make down the important points and you should utilize this video in your daily life. So health and hygiene in this present situation, I think it is very useful to you. Thank you children.